I'm in need of a guy. I'm in need of a guy. I know it doesn't say that. I used
I don't
to
even know
think
what he
that.
said.
I'm blue dabba dee dabba die.
Really?
Yeah. But I used to thought it was I'm in need of a guy. Makes more sense to me.
Well, that's what I was singing.
Good morning.
Rock here.
Nancy here.
Wow, that intro song has made me think about a whole bunch of things.
Really?
Yeah, I used to
In
sing
the-
I'm blue, I'm in need of a guy as well. And I just realized that I was singing that.
Oh, that's why you thought the song was good. No.
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 There's nothing wrong with it. I never thought that. Never at all. How's everybody doing in
Yes.
the interweb?
Good morning, Ian.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey, my favorite smoothie. I don't know if you can see the bee pollen in there.
Mmm.
Mmm. Super good. Cheers.
Ooh, I don't know if
It's not hot.
I'm gonna save it. Mmm. It's good though.
Mm-hmm.
Tastes like ice cream. A little bit.
Creamsicle.
Creamsicle.
Orange creamsicle.
Creamsicle.
Yes. How are you? How are you today? I know you just started
It's
your
a
day.
beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day. Fresh
Everybody
starting point.
that's tuning in is alive. As far as I know.
It's a great thing.
I'm alive. You're alive.
And the weather is great.
Weather's beautiful. The weather's the weather. It is what it is.
It is what it is. And you'll have some good days.
You'll have
and
some bad
sometimes
days.
you'll have some not so
Yep.
good days.
You find the pictures different today?
Yeah, like
Like, man, we're beautiful. Just saying. More than usual.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Took a shower?
I didn't take a shower yet.
No, I did.
You just... Yep. Sure did.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It is nice.
Yes.
Tell them about your functional medicine thing you're trying to work on. Well, not trying, but you are working on.
Well, this is all new to me. I'm going to talk about intuition that led me thus far. I mean, we are on a path of, healing and
Growth.
having an impact in the world.
Development.
And for some reason, I have functional medicine just in the back of my mind. Like, it's just, I always had that title in my mind, and obviously it's telling me to pursue this further. And I'm learning about this, and I'm so fascinated about this. And when you're fascinated about something, you need to go through with it. And your intuition is that's if you can tune into that really is your destiny. And I really do believe that. And if you don't follow that, then that's when you're probably going to have more off days than some good days, because you're not following your true self. Anyway.
So like your gut feeling is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. And functional medicine is very, very profound and fascinating in a way that it really deals with the root cause of your illnesses.
Right.
And it talks a lot about autoimmune diseases. And there's 3 things that changes, it's called epigenetics. It's really how, like your gene expression.
Take notes.
Stop doing that. It's your gene expression, so that could be influenced by what you eat, your environment, and your belief system.
Your
and
attitude.
it really affects the physical illnesses that we face today.
For sure.
And I'm really, really a big believer in that, because I've experienced,
Both sides.
both sides, and overcoming anxiety for the most part. I mean, the only time I feel anxious is when I don't take care of myself. That's so essentially my body speaks to me.
100%.
And for you, it could be through. Well, yesterday you were having an off day. Maybe
Yesterday I was having an off day. I didn't feel good. Didn't feel
No.
good about myself. Didn't feel good about certain triggers that were looming, and I'm so used to not talking about my stuff that it churns because I'm reworking it in my mind like a factory, an analytical factory. And having said that, I am learning more and more to share my thoughts, and when I do share my thoughts, it's like a release, right? I'm learning that.
Yeah, the walk was nice.
The walk was nice. It really helped me a lot. I experienced a couple of things that were triggering in the last 4 or 5 days that I'm continuously mulling over in my head. And with that, there's no end to that. It's just a continuous cycle of churning
trying to
until I
analyze.
burn myself out.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yesterday I wasn't feeling too good. I was tired and
It's very draining.
I was playing video games with my daughter and falling asleep.
Tell them about
I was preparing
your new journey.
my course that I'm preparing, and what I'm doing is practicing recording myself, just going public speaking on a tangent, so that I can go back and say, "Oh, that part is good. Take that, write that down. Take that, write that down." And I'm recording myself, and I have my sunglasses, so you can't see my eyes, but I'm falling asleep. But you can tell by the speech that I'm saying, because it's like it sounds like I'm drunk. It just starts, you just start talking nonsense. It's like, yeah, because it's like intuition is like, it just sounds so funny.
That was so funny.
So when I showed her, I was like, watch this. This is a complete like hot mess this last 2 minutes here when I'm fighting sleep. And then finally I'm like, I think I'm done. I just shut it off. Oh man, it was so funny.
I want to speak to that because I believe that when you're going through something really, really difficult in your mind, you're going through a series of events and in your mind or in your environment, and you're trying to make sense of things, and oftentimes it doesn't really make sense, but you're trying to analyze it, and that really affects, like, it drains you because you're so emotionally caught up into it.
Yeah.
It affects your adrenal glands, and
everything.
It just, because when you're in that state, it does trigger your adrenal glands because it's producing adrenaline when you're in a state of stress, state of fight or flight. So after a while, it just becomes really draining. And
that's how I felt yesterday. Super drained, super tired. And sleep was my best friend last night. So I went to bed a bit early. Mind you, our daughter was a bit worried about death.
Yeah,
so she came to bed with us.
Okay, I gotta talk to you guys about this because it's so freaking cute, but it's so sad at the same time. So obviously, she turned 10 on Monday.
10, and she's like, it's over, I'm gonna die.
And the evening, and she's sleeping, but that evening she was like, Mommy, I don't want to be 10. It's closer to dying. I'm so afraid of dying. I said, well, what about it?
So cute.
What about it that like scares you? Well, I won't be with you guys anymore. And
that's because when a child thinks, they are thinking from their perspective.
Of course.
They have not had years of experience like most adults have, and they don't have the mental fortitude to understand that death is, in general, for most children, is long term.
And I want to add to that.
You sure do.
It really, kids are egocentric, right?
What about me?
Well, yeah, and the thing about that is that it's the death of the ego that most people are afraid of, not existing.
Yeah, we don't fear necessarily, humans in general don't fear death. It's how you're going to die.
But not existing as well.
But not existing is like, and then of course she's thinking at the age of 10, well, what happens when you guys die? I'm going to be alone. But she's thinking from it as a 10-year-old. And I'm like, well, by that time, hopefully, in general, you'll have your own family. You'll have everything, you'll be taken care of,
Right.
You'll be old enough to take care of yourself. We're not dying tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys had this conversation with your kids, but
if you have kids,
it's yeah, exactly. But if it's a really interesting topic to talk about because you don't want to shun it all together. It's a very important topic to talk about.
Well, I think it's important to talk.
What approach do you use? Do you say like?
You got to talk to them like they're 10-year-olds.
Yeah, no, I know.
Simple as that.
But what does that look like?
Exactly what we did yesterday. Exactly what I just said. Tell her that it's going to be a long time for you.
But it might not, though.
Well, see, now you're thinking like her. Do you need it? Are you still 10 years old?
No, because she even said, like, Mommy, I could die any day. I said,
that's true.
Yeah, it's true, but you can't live your life worrying about that. You got to. We're in this moment, and I told her exactly that. In this very moment, which this is all we have. We're healthy. We're alive, which is why we need to make the most of our days.
Sure.
And yeah, anything can happen, but you can't live in that state of fear. And
all teachable moments.
Yeah.
And as, like you said, as cute as it was, it is sad to see her in pain. It's like she's experiencing. I'm sure I went through that too. Death, when you first find out that, oh my God, one day I'm gonna die. I won't be here.
I told her I still think of that sometimes, and it freaks me out. And I just think about, I just bring myself back to the present moment. I think the best thing that you can do. Because
Can I say something?
Of course.
You're beautiful.
Aww.
I love that hairdo on you.
Really?
Yeah, it makes you look younger. Not that you're old. It's just
Older.
I'm done.
Older.
I'm done.
Aw,
said too
thanks,
much.
babe.
Yeah, you look real nice.
Aw, you're so sweet.
So yeah, sometimes you're gonna have down days, and I think it's okay to embrace that and understand that maybe you need a rest. Maybe you need to just grab a tea and sit down. You've pushed too hard, or you've got too many thoughts bouncing all over your head. It's okay to reach out and talk to somebody. I mean, I've got my partner here,
Well, I heard,
appreciate that.
yeah, like I heard of the 90-minute rule. So when you're off, you're feeling off, and it's just like not happening, give yourself 90 minutes to really, really feel that and tune into that, and ask yourself what is up with that, and maybe even journaling on it, whatever.
Yeah.
But then to kind of get out of that after 90 minutes, because you don't want to live there.
Cut yourself loose.
But you want to feel those emotions at the same time. So I think that's the nice balance. The breaking point is the 90-minute rule.
And I almost felt like crying yesterday.
Yeah, and I'm like, release that. You need to release that.
Couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it. I'm not there yet. I don't know what it is. It's like...
Right.
It's tough. I don't know. I can't explain it.
No, it's I understand.
It's like sometimes I feel if I would cry, all of a sudden, that's when all the news stations pull up and start live
It's 'cause you
videotaping
can't
all over the
trust
world.
that.
And yeah, it's just like I don't know if I could stop crying. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see. One day at a
A
time.
moment of trusting that.
It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's important to really, when you're feeling that, really feel like tune into that. Give yourself some time to sit with that. It's uncomfortable. It's painful.
Yeah.
I think it's required, necessary to really sit with that and figure out where is that coming
100%.
from, because that's the only way that you're going to overcome that is to go through it. The only way to the other side is through it.
That's right.
So yeah.
So we're gonna end it there.
Yeah.
But before you can play that.
Okay. Yeah.
But don't forget your challenge. There.
Yes, the 7-day challenge.
7-day challenge.
We started
Battle.
yesterday,
Yeah.
which it ends next
We created
Tuesday.
a page for that. Jump on that page.
Right.
I'm sure you've gotten the invite already.
Right. Yeah. So from day one when you jump on, it's just a fun experience.
Let
Every
us
time
know.
you go to the washroom, you do
yeah.
your reps.
And again, I should stress this: we are not trying to monitor how many times you go to the washroom.
No.
There's no secret agenda.
No.
But yeah, just for fun, So
Yeah.
I'm already at 20 push-ups.
Right.
plus
Get
my
in
workout.
shape, one poo at a time.
Or pee.
Anyway.
Or whatever you do in there. Don't tell us. We don't want to know.
Right.
All
All
right.
right. Let's do this.
All right. We love you. We love you. We think about you.
Yeah.
And we're excited to hear how many
Let's engage
reps.
as a healthy community.
We're going to get healthy like you said, one poop at a time.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out.
Woo-hoo.